Hello, my friends. Today is April the 18th, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is a four-card pull to cover the year to follow. This may be 7 to 10 minutes long. Bear with me. There might be some wisdom for you, even if this isn't your birth date. Uh, so, this is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. This is the general energy card of the year, and it is the animal. What does the animal ask you to reflect upon? Well, I think there's a great understanding that the lower part of our bodies are kind of our animal instincts, the things um, the things we have done to keep ourselves alive, to keep ourselves fed, to keep ourselves in control, to not let ourselves be used. Those are kind of There's an innate animal part of ourselves that is an automatic defender, an automatic champion, an automatic go for what it needs, an automatic you know sense of itself in the world. It's also that sense of the animal that when something hurts an animal, if a prey gets it and it survives, it has to shake off. It has to shake off the distrust. It has to shake out all of the pain and the fear and the trauma that it has just undergone. And you'll watch an animal shake its entire body free of the trauma that it might have just undergone. And because it can't carry that trauma forward, it can't carry that distrust forward that it's going to be hurt or eaten or or messed with in any way forward. It has to remember that it is free and needs to be aware, but needs to have a life, and it needs to let go of its pain. So there's a sense of trust that the animal brings back to itself by shaking off the past and moving forward with whatever confidence it pulls up next. And I think a lot of what the animal talks to us about is the need, to feel dirt under our feet and play in the earth and climb trees and get out of our head and become more animal in our passions, in our tastes, in our experiences, blended with our adult who under or our human, our adult, our consciousness that knows what can and can't be done on bigger levels, but there needs to be a bigger allowance for the animal parts of ourselves that enjoy life, that go through life, that learn how to shake things off, that learn how to then move forward and remember how to be alive in the fullest parts of their senses. The animal also talks to us about gut knowing and intuition and refined senses and adaptability and they might talk to us, each individual animal might talk to us about, what is familiar to us with them and what we can use to aspire to. So the animal holds a lot of power this year for you. What is your particular challenge? Justice. There's something that justice is about fairness. Justice is about the law. Justice may say there's some kind of lawsuit or some kind of waiting for some kind of effect or some kind of waiting for some kind of legal process or mental process or allowance process that you are looking for the results in, and you want the results to be fair, and you want the results to be you know um, good for you, fair for others. So the justice card says your challenge is to believe that the result is going to come that you're looking for. The challenge is to believe that life is going to be fair to you on some level. The challenge might even go to the point of feeling like you've been abandoned by others, by yourself, by others, by your family, by your society, by the law, by the government, by God. It can go that far. All the senses of abandonment can come up strong under the fear of not being treated with justness and fairness and equality. So your challenge is in trusting that things are going in the right time, in the right space, at the right pace, and that you're doing what you need to do, and to not give in to your fear and to not give in to your distrust, and to remember that you can keep shaking it out every day. Keep shaking off your trauma and your fear and your distrust. Shake it out of your body some way. Get into your animal nature again. Go, appreciate nature. Get out of your head. Get into your body. Go dig in the earth. Go be in the garden. Go run around. And splash in water, go climb trees, do something to break up your mental space, because the justice can be a very hard mental space to be in if distrust is there, is question marks about what needs to be the process, if is question marks about what you need to do next are there. That can weigh heavily on the mind, so you need to get away from the mind, so go back to the animal and learn how to shake off some of the mental blah that can be gripping you. And the action to take is to realize that, as the butterfly suggests, that everything happens in stages, and you can't push the river. You can only allow the growth to occur. The butterfly talks about 4 stages. You can liken them to having an idea, having a plan, having an image of an idea, a direction, having a plan, a second stage, having a coalescing of elements to bring that all together, a third stage, and having a creation, a butterfly as it goes from the larval and the pupil and the cocoon and the butterfly stage. The butterfly finally emerges, but it takes a sense of time and essence and trust. Here's that word again, trust. You have to trust that the things are working in the right direction for your highest good, and that what you will be given will be in the right space and the right time for you to process and proceed with. And don't, I think the word trust says, don't project about what's coming next. Let it unfold. Trust more in the moment. Trust in your abilities to deal with it. And your abilities to deal with it will be better if you can get out of your mind a little more and get back into your animal body and shake it off. Shake off that distrust. Because ultimately, this is something that's I think very beneficial for you, and that you're going to create another egg, another cocoon, another sense of you will bring into the world what needs to be brought into the world in its right time and space, in its right power and its right usage. Trust yourself, trust the process, trust that you're not abandoned, trust that you have sacredness behind you, that you have your drive for good behind you, that you have a connection to your fullest self to speak to you and to honor you and to take you through all the stages that you need to go through to develop something and to let something be fleshed out in the way that it's supposed to be fleshed out for the highest good, justice, for the highest good, for the greatest empowerment, for the necessary evolution of something, justice, bringing righteousness to bear in each moment, and doing the best you can and looking the most positive you can and shaking off distrust and pain and abandonment issues as you go along. That's going to keep helping you. And that will help you throughout your life. This is a year that might really speak to that distrust, that abandonment issue, and that need to be the animal that finds pleasure, even when there's pain around, that finds fulfillment, even when there's questions around, that finds joy, even when there's a lot of challenge in front, and that finds release by shaking things off, even when there's a lot that could be projected and predicted, quote, predicted in your own mind, that is often not as clear and as clean and as open and as trusting as it needs to be. So, aho, Mitakuyasan, learn to trust your animal, learn to trust yourself. Aho.